Good evening, God is love. I have somewhat a sobering and somber message to deliver this evening, but I truly feel that it's a powerful message and one that needs to be shared. For those of you that don't know, a few years ago, my parents were brutally murdered by the United Blood Nation, which is one of the largest street gangs on the East Coast. Recently, they've formed a network through the city of Charlotte, originating out of New York City and all throughout the Southeast. I'm happy to say that today, the last of the gang members that refused to plead guilty were sentenced today to life imprisonment without parole. A lot of times I look back and I wonder why this happened to me, why this curse had to be a part of my life, but it's when I realized that it truly served a greater purpose, and that was to bring attention to street gangs in Charlotte and in this area, and through my parents' sacrifice, save people from the same fate that they had to endure. A lot of times we don't understand God's plan when we see things happen in our lives. I look back and I remember my father saying that one thing he never wanted to do was die of old age or have his body break down on him. I look at this as a radical way to fulfill that, but my parents truly were martyrs. They truly gave their lives to a purpose that allowed them to help many others and allowed them to build and leave a legacy. It ultimately resulted in one of the largest gang crackdown in North Carolina state history. Currently, 84 Bloods were sentenced and were arrested and charged, and we're looking at even more being arrested in the future. It literally led to the crippling of a major criminal organization, something that I thought my family would never be a part of or have the option to be a part of. Obviously, we don't like the outcome, but I can honestly say that our family left a legacy, and my parents left a legacy. A lot of times when I speak to non-believers, they ask me to provide proof that God exists, provide proof that God performs miracles. I'd say through this whole tragic experience, I've seen more proof than I'll ever need. The night that my parents were killed, I was actually in the house one room away. And a series of divine events leading up to that night spared my life, because I can promise you if the gunman knew that I was in the house, that he would have killed me too to not leave any witnesses. And I didn't have to hide. I didn't have to cower for my life. It literally all happened before I even got out of bed. And by the circumstances of that night, and also literally right before it happened, before I decided to not enter the room and not tell my parents goodnight, a divine influence spoke to me and told me to go back to my room. And it was ultimately what spared my life that night. So I have no doubts God is real. Another occurrence is during the trial when I had to look those killers in the eyes and see the people that committed these horrendous acts. I did feel the presence of the Archangel Michael and Raphael a lot. A way angels speak to you is through colors. I saw many things with the color green, and that's what God does to protect you, is he sends his angels to protect you. And I really felt the presence of Raphael, which is the archangel of healing, heavily during the trial, and also Michael, whose color is blue, to make a public statement on angels protecting us. So I have no doubt that God is real and his angels are real. And I can confidently say that what happened to me and my family is a testament to God's justice, that no matter how terrible something is, it does serve a purpose. And if you can't help yourself, or you can't help your immediate people you care about, you can't help others, and that situation can be used to save others. And that's my testimony. God is real. God saved my life, and my parents believed in God more than anything. So that's my message to all of you. We never know how God is going to use us in life. We never know what the conclusion will be to things that happen to us, both good and bad. But the most important thing we need to do is to have faith and know that it does serve a purpose, and God always has our interests at heart. Thank you. God is love. God bless, and I hope you have a great night.